welcome back to my channel. I'm Renuka and we will make this tag today with the stag. Oh, that's so funny, right? We make these two before. So it's very long process to make all of three, so I can't compile them all three in a one. So I decided to make two parts where we can do the circle one and then we can do the this big stag one. So if you already watched that how I created paper, you can skip it, but I'm just going really fast. You want to see the detail, I will put the links below where I created the paper in the unboxing of Hero Art this month's kit. So you can do that, but this is the very fast forward idea that I spritz some sprays on the watercolor paper. I use the Tim Holtz mica sprays as well as Hero Art sprays, and with the mini mister and other golden shimmer. So I want a really vibrant background for it. So I colored it in three colors: the blue, green and red. I'm just showing here blue, but I just want to show you the process how I did that, and then how I can add the colors and how it gonna take more time to create that one. So that is the thing. You can create your own paper. I thought it should be nice to show you how I spritz it, and then I put some of the white dots also there. So you can create any color you want. Another one. So as I'm talking about the shapes, I have this art shape, and I have this from okay, these are from Spellbinders. Yeah, so these are from Spellbinders, and what I did is I just go ahead and cut out this big thing like this, and then I make those two cards together so that I have this frame. And you know, you have still inside, you can use that for something else. So you have that with you. I'm that just keeping that aside, removing from out of way. And then here is the thing, I should remove that. Okay, so you will get this kind of frame for your tag. Now backside you can stamp it. It's a watercolor paper, so it's already hard. If you don't want to do that, you can just, you know, add another layer to do that. So I have these trees. I think these are from I don't remember, maybe I bought it from Amazon, and one of these from Honeybees. So what I'm trying to do is, here I will choose a little bit darker shades of the green. Here I'm choosing mauve lawn as well as the pine needle, and I can use a little bit of brown also for this this stem kind of stuff going on here. Let's grab, or you can use anything you have. I have this Hero Art Espresso, it's just lying there in front of me, so I choose this. So I'm just grabbing this. So what I do, I just die cut out one from the paper to make a stencil. And while using these kind of stencils, I will always suggest you start with your don't start the perfectly, like you don't want the perfect tree. Start little bit offside, and that will give you more natural effect. And then I add little bit of brown on the bottom, and then I'm going with this pine needle. And now here's the thing, these papers from which I cut out these dies, these are not that good. Like these are not heavy weight paper. This is not the so I'm just going forward and just kind of seeing. So these are not the heavyweight papers, but if you do with the heavyweights paper, you will get a nice stenciling around it. I'm not able to see mine properly, so what I will do, I'm gonna just spritz it with the spray. We have this Hero Art shimmery spray with us. We will use that, and I'm gonna just put this, and then I will just, you know, do like that. So I will get you can see here that these kind of effect, but just have to remember while using the sprays, you can't just, you know, go ahead one on other, cause when the spray is dry, it's a little bit harder to get that kind of like it's really harder to get the effect, and you have to spritz it very less. Here you can see I spritz it more, so you can see it's not coming perfectly, but here you get that. So I will put aside that for a little bit drying, and then what do we want to do? Okay, I just need to close this all, and then if these are dried, we can make a hole. I'm using a normal honcho thing. Now you can see I got their line kind of stuff going on, which I don't want. So I'm just kind of adding a bit color there. Now we can go ahead and add more colors here. Although this portion is not dried, but we can add little bit color all around it to get that glowy kind of effect. I just use the heat gun to dry it fast. Most of the times I don't use heat gun. I'm not a big fan of it while doing the work. But yeah, sometimes if these kind of stuff happen and I have to move fast, I use. Most of the times when I do my watercoloring also, I don't prefer to use that. So here you can see we don't have the stem of that bark of that tree. So we will add just little bit of this espresso. You can use any brown ink you have. Don't have to be little bit of, I'm just adding little bit of these inside whatever is left to get a little bit dimension there, although I didn't want to add much and overpower it. So after this it's like it's kind of okay for me. So now another, you have two options. No, you have many options actually. How can I say two options only? So here's the thing, we can stamp this in between, and we can heat emboss it with the gold to match that gold, or we can just use the stencil. We didn't use the stencil, so let's use this stencil. And the stencil is, this is also Hero Art, and it came with this month's thing. And I used Hero Art pearl paste before, so I'll show you. It's come out like this, so it is having that pearly effect on it. But if you want like more white or that kind of stuff, I think I should use the texture. This is texture opaque paste, or it's okay. So I just reveal the look. I think, yeah, this looks absolutely awesome. I'm just taking apart all of these while it's just, it's good. I'm gonna put that aside. You can do the same techniques before attaching them to the card. I don't want to do that, so I didn't do it. But yeah, I'll wash it up and we'll go to the next part. So after that, I cut out using this Stag big die from Hero Arts. I cut out the Stag, and I use a heavy cardstock. I think it's 110 lb from, this one is belong to my favorite things, MFT. And then I have this 3D glaze paints, and it's need a little bit time to dry them. So this is from Sukra, and it's a kind of 3D glaze thing coming out of them. So we will first make a eye, and I'm just putting a big ball in that thing, little bit on the nose and little bit here. And then I will use this kind of reddish color, or we can go ahead and use, what else we have here, we have a brown and green also. So we will go ahead and use this brownish color for the, and if it's a new, then you have to remove these kind of small stuff which came to prevent the tip of it. And then I'm just adding little bit glaze on these antlers also. So basic idea here is I'm not coloring the stag. I already take the colored paper which is kind of darker in shade. You can go ahead and cut out with the white paper, maybe the Nina Solar white, or you can use your Copic markers, or you can use Spectrum Nora. That paper also work with the alcohol marker. And then you need little bit time to dry this stuff. So these are the some of these things here, which is kind of not cutting out, but it's give that cut look or effect, which is for the, here we don't have anything. I'm just adding, as well as from these leg part also I'm using this pen. And you can go ahead and choose little bit lighter shade also, so that your pen and everything will look nice also. So I'm here putting that jelly thing. You can go ahead and go crazy and make a red and white traditional color scarf. That will also look nice on it. And we're gonna put the full stag on the image of that arch shape thing we did. Now here I'm just I will add little bit of highlight to these things with the white color, and it's like kind of sticking on my hand. And then we can add that little bit afterward also. We can decorate by putting dots or do something like that. And we need little bit time it to dry, or we can, you know, do the paper piercing kind of stuff here, that we can cut few parts of it and stack there on it, and that will also work. So you can do that also. You can see this is like a spotted tag. Some of them are big, some of them are, you can see some of the illustrations also to get more out of it. Like you can see this background in blue is looking really cool. You can go ahead and make it cool, or you can make it green like I did, like green and orange. So with the natural stuff also you will get. Now you can create the full image like this. You can create some kind of this as your card. So what basically I'm trying to say is, like, is it's always in a pure color, or you have some kind of spots or some kind of things, or we can do some imaginary things. So I decided to add something more to it. So what we will do, I have this ink which is, and I will grab some kind of stuff. What should I do? Okay, so we can use here sponge, or you can use a small brush like this. This is came in the HEROARTS some days before, and my plan is that I want to put the, okay, so let me grab some rough paper here. So I want to grab, and don't worry, I'll use all these papers for jelly printing. So I'm just grabbing the ink. I don't know how much it came. Okay, it's coming. And then, you know what, I will add little bit of shading with this golden shimmer here. Now you can create these kind of stacks for your card background also. You can do the same stuff to your card background, and I'm just kind of, you know, giving that little bit of highlight. And these brushes came way before in the HEROARTS kit. If you don't have these, you can use the earbuds also. And you can use that for catching this color, because I don't want much, I just want little bit of that, to just get that kind of highlight here, that the shimmery stack kind of thing. Here I'm using the color box golden ink. You can go ahead and see what have you in stash and you can use that. And then my main idea is I will add little bit of kind of spot on it randomly, and you can see those spots are not much prominent, they are just like tone on tone effect. If you don't want to add gold, you can go ahead with the black or gray or white, something like that. And I will add little bit more here on the legs, not the spots, but I will add the more of the color, I think. And then I really like the way it turning out. And then I will add little bit left or things on my, and you can see how beautiful it is, and it will look so nice on that green, although my those things are not yet but you can see. And you can create these kind of maybe two, and you can put them together to create a different kind of ideas going on. I can show you, because one is dried and another one is not yet, but still we can do the techniques on that. Let's see, let's pop it out. And I don't know, when I saw this things, I just remember that Anna and Elsa and that one stag from the Frozen movie. And I don't know why I remember that, but yeah. So you can see that after you framing, or you can put just two stacks together and you can write big Merry Christmas here. You can cut out that, and that will give you kind of effect of the thing, I think, like this. Look at these, how cute they are. But that will give you the idea that you can create something else with this. Let's color this another one. I will speed up the process. So basic idea here is I'm using the golden ink. You can go ahead with the copper, or the white will also look nice. The little bit of white snow color will also look nice on it. You can go ahead and use brown and brown, maybe lighter brown or the darker shade, or darker brown on the lighter shade. You can go ahead and use the earbuds to color these kind of stuff, or grab any of your paintbrush, which should be very small, to create these kind of dot. If you have the dotted stencil, you can use that. But what happen when we use the stencil, we don't have that shadings where we want, in which areas we want. So I better ask you to go ahead and do it a little bit of time to complete it. And I really liked how it turned out. I want to speed up the process as I show you, but then I thought, like, you should see some of the dots are half, some of the dots are full. So sometimes when you create those half dot effect, it will look more realistic than giving the full spot and full dot or the things. Like if you create the tree, you have to put it in an offset way, so you can and didn't see the full tree, but the half tree or 1/4 tree or 3/4 tree always look nice and more naturalistic in the way. And when we put all the cards together and compile them, they're gonna look really nice. Again, you can go ahead and use white dots on it, you can go at silver dots on it, you can go at more darker or lighter shade depending on your paper and the combination. And that will serve the purpose of doing this. So for particularly all these cards and stag, in this time I don't add those small uh, ornaments came in this die, which you can hang on his antlers or anywhere for decorating. Go ahead and use that. I just skip that part this time. Maybe I'll do and use them next time. So in back and forth you can see my other tags also, cause I told you I created this three tag at the same time. But yeah, I want to show you that way. So I created this frame. This frame is from Spellbinder's arch die. You can go ahead and use whatever you have. You can change, make it in a circular shape, you can make it in a hexagon or rectangle. Any shape will do, tag shape will do. I just created that shape because I want to see how it looks. And we already that paste, dry paste, that embossing stencil there. If you don't have that stencil, you can just press it little bit of white spray, uh, or you can use the acrylic colors also. And then I'm kind of, putting foam dots out of here, but then I really realized that I don't have to put the foam dots. Maybe I should stack more, stack together, like any image you want to create a little bit of dimension. But yeah, but when I started and I already stick, so I thought I should complete that, so I completed. But if you are doing this, I will suggest you just go ahead and cut out the full foam sheet of stag, or just cut out 5 or 6 tags in any paper and then just stack them together. Or you can, if you have the waste watercolor paper, you can use that also. That gonna also work best. Just a small reminder, if you want to create a really card that, or something like that maybe. So if you go with the darker shade or same shades, if you see it from the other sides, it gonna look good. But if you're not bothering much, then go ahead and just tag any paper you have. So I just want that this stag or reindeer, whatever you say, it should be the focal point of this image. So I went ahead and put it in dark. Don't float this image. Try to put and ground this. As we are not putting any ground or hill for this thing, I decided to ground that on that frame, so that you can see his 2 or 3 legs are there, so it is not floating around. These small things make a big difference in the card or anything else. Then I'm just working in between on those cards. Just skip that part. So after this, I just want to, add a little bit of more in there. I decided to add these black cardstock on the black side to, make it's like this is, you can use as a tag or you can use as a gift card holder also. So I decided to make that. I have this kind of half die cutting houses, you can say the Christmas houses or something like that. I have them from long time. I never use them, so I thought let's try these how they use. And then I cut out them, and then I just want to stamp another image there. I want to that everything should look pretty from both the sides, like front and back. And here you can hold a really big card, gift card, or if you want you can put directly money also. So I decided to heat emboss that. And you can, if you want to create like back and forth both beautiful, so I just want to try it, like I should put a green on both the side. I just want to make sure that it both the sides look pretty. And that solves my purpose. I can put the whole tag in the envelope and I can hand deliver to anyone. Basically I hand delivered all this stuff to the any community helpers, like the teachers or the mailman or something like that. And I really want to create more of them, and I really like this tag. Maybe I'll create, maybe I mass produce them, or maybe I create something different. But yeah, it is a very time consuming process. So if you want to create for everyone and if you want to create the same design, mass production is the nice way, but it gonna take a little bit while to do. So do your die cutting at once, do your stamping at once, create your paper at once, so that it will give a better thing. And if you want to skip this idea of creating your own paper, you can directly use the pattern paper also to do all this kind of stuff. So it gonna save your time, and rather than heat embossing you can go ahead and just stamp on it. So in the small thing you can reduce the time. If you want to create the stag, you can just go ahead and use the brown paper. Don't add all these details and everything. But yeah, all these things make a fun. I took a long time to create this, but if you're mass producing, I will not suggest this, because it gonna really take a long time, because it's a very time consuming process. So I added some snowflake, as well as I want to add this Christmas thing going on. You can go ahead and do see what you have in stash and you can do that. But I really loved it how it turned out. You can put big Amazon card also here. Particularly adding to and form to this, we already made things. What I want to do is you can just use the tags. So these are from Waffle Flowers, and if you don't have those, you can still easily make tags with whatever you have, like with the cutting. Where is my scissors? Okay, so if I want to cut this, I want to make a tag, I will just cut it like this, and then I just want to make it sure that it's, and then you can chop it around, right? And you can put that inside. Or if you don't want to do that also, you can use these kind of circular ones, which I cut it out from the lawn fawn. Yes, lawn fawn. And you can use those also. Or if you want, you are happy to use these, or you can put more than that and you can write a sentiment. So why I'm not stamping on here is, if I stamp on here, this will be like a one-time use. But if I stamp here, maybe the recipient can reuse this project for someone else, and that would be fine, guys, because you can reuse the stuff. We put so much things and efforts to making this, so if you want to reuse it, why not? That is totally fine. So then we're gonna stamp this. You will get many different stamps. Like I have this with the flowers which says to and from. You can use those also. You can use anything you want. Just make sure before stamping on your rough paper that you're going good, and then you can stamp there. And if you want, you can add more color on these to get more things. And I'm just stamping on behind these tags for the circular one, so that we can add more colors to them, and that will look really nice, kind of matching to those. These steps are fully optional. You can stop at any moment wherever you want. These are very tiny, so I want to put them just like that. But many other companies also have this. I have this with the happy birthday sentiment with the lawn font, but you can add to and from anywhere, like maybe you have in your stash something, or you can create your own. And if you don't have anything, still is okay. You can handwritten is always nice. Now again, you can just spritz it, this, like we already have one paper where we spritz it, so that is the easiest way. Or you can uh, color them with the distress ink. You can do that also. You can spritz it on both the side, you can spritz it on one side, like you can do it whatever you like. So I will spritz it like just like that. I gonna add one more color, maybe this, and I'm pretty happy with my colors. Now after they will dried, I gonna just put them inside these tags. So it can be reused again and again. If you don't want to make these tags, you can use only one side of it to create the card. Or you can see, like you can decorate it more and more, like there is no stopping here. You can go ahead and you can add one more snowflakes on this side, so that's tag gonna a little bit more balance and beautiful. So you can see what you want and how much you want to spend on the one tag. You can stop like making these. If you want to mass produce these are the best idea. If you want to put more efforts, you can do that. You can convert these into a shaker card by adding just these kind of rings over it with the stacking dies. Add the acetate and put some any sequence or small beads, something like that. That also you can do. So you have to see that where you want to stop or how much you want to do. So I decided to add another small tags. I know we make a big tag, but now I decided to add these small tag, and we can put them inside those pockets. And why I want to do that, so that those big tag can be reused. If I give it to someone and put it the name there, it will be like they might to keep it, they don't want to. So it's just like maybe it's moving forward. So I just decided to add to and from on those small tags, and I added that in every tag I made it before. You can see all these tags on my channel. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye, take care. If you like this video, press the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, love to read your comment. Bye bye.